Welcome, Speed Gaming 5, to another SMZ3 race. On the restream, we've got John Snoo on the left, Meterific on the right. It's going to be a hard logic with the 774. We need 7 crystals to open up GT, 7 crystals to beat Ganon, and 4 tokens to open up Torian and defeat the Mother Brain. We'll be starting here in just a moment. But this is hard logic, so we may be seeing some suitless Meridia, or even some AC-less runs in the hot weather in Norfair. John Snow already sus, and Meterific starting out. Both players heading into Link to the Past, no surprise there, just some missiles on the island. And John Snow finds the first sword in Sanctuary. Very nice, quick find. Later, if it goes to Link's house, picks up some missiles. As we get a check, looks like 2 crystals in Desert and Tower of Hera, and a red crystal on Eastern. I love to see that, because that means late dungeons are usually pretty easy, pretty quick. Hopefully we get some very quick, or we get the pendants in places we don't normally want to go. Both players doing the tree pull, getting some nice bombs, which will be very useful for opening up Kakariko. Meterific getting an E-tank from the uncle, as we get a check on the lumberjack ledge. Looks like it's just a heart container, so we'll probably never see that ever. Meterific picking up his sword as Jon Snow heads into the forest. Jon Snow's picking up the missiles as Meterific heading in the same direction. Jon Snow picking up those bomb upgrades and heading into CAC here soon. Going to pick up some more bombs as Meterific gets some arrows for when he finds the bow. Bushcrab just dropping Greg's today. We get our first peek into blind set here. Yeah, Celis is much less sus. Ooh, finding the flippers right away. Some super missiles, a 20 rupee, some more missiles. And a nice 50 pack of rupees. Jon Snow has exactly what they need to buy a bottle from the vendor and not have to do any sort of weird backtracking or farming. Meterific picking up some more bombs from the tree pole. As we see a Greg. 5 rupee, missiles, a heart container, and super missiles in the well. Bottle vendor is instead selling us a 100 rupee grappling hook. Or grappling beam, I should say. Which is one of the things that, when you see that early, might be some suitless Meridia. But we'll have to see. Will they get the high jump boots here quickly? And if we see ice, oh, that's just further down that rabbit hole. John Snow picking up the super missiles in the back of the brewery and heading down to see what's in the library. Just a piece of heart. We go check out that race game. He's gonna just go for it. Meterific heading out of the very dry well, and he's gonna get his $100 grappling beam. We have a question tab, but aren't the flippers very wet? Well, right now, neither player has gotten them wet. They just have them equipped. And without the 500 rupees, it's a question of when do they go and check out, or do they go check out the person under the bridge and then go check out the waterfall? And if so, do you go check out, you'd probably go check out Zora's Ledge? Or do you skip it for now and go into, go do some other checks? But we'll see how the players decide to route this. John Sue opening up the dam, and we find that there is a bottle there. He's going to go back and open up the chest for blue mail. A very nice early find for Link to the Past. He picks up that bottle. Now he can go talk to this kid. And John Sue is going to head into Agina's cave. Looks like we're going to get a check on the desert ledge first. It is a piece of art as Meterific is making his way towards his South Shore chest. Meterific grabbing the armor very early. Agina's cave just has some supers, so Jon Snow saves and quits, and we're going to get probably the other South Shore. Or going into Eastern, probably. I'm actually going to take, because he has the flippers, he's going to go check out person under the bridge first. I would imagine that after this, we might see him route to Ice Cave, Meterific checking out the mini Moldorm, and the person under the bridge has Armor. So Meterific heading into the mini Moldorm room finds missiles, more missiles, 300 rupees, some bombs, and a piece of heart. So getting ever closer towards that Zora money. John Sue heading up into Salahasha's as Meteorific heading towards Ice Cave. Yes, no power bombs have been found by either player. And Green is in Thieves Town, which is not the best place for Green, but we've got a flute, which is very nice for John. John Snow as Meteorific picks up some missiles in the Ice Rod Cave. John Snow's quitting, gonna go activate that flute right away. Meteorific making his way towards the person under the bridge. So he'll be getting his morph very quickly. Get your 07s in chat for the bird song. All right, now that we've got the Duck Duck Go, John Snow heading over into the Sick Kid. The kid has some money for giving us, or for finding a bottle. It's like John Snow heading into Ice Cave now, as Meteorific is going to make his way into the Waterfall Cave. Going to find out what's over here. We find 20 rupees and a glove. And Meteorific getting his green refill, SMZ3. This is always a green potion, never randomized, so you never have to guess. But it can be a very useful utility item depending on when you find magic items. The ledge item, just a bottle, and with no Zora money, Meteorific gonna save and quit and head to Sanctuary. John Snow heading into the mini Moldorms as Meteorific is going to check the back of Escape now. Back of Escape has some missiles, bombs, and a key. Meteorific heading into the front of Escape now, as John Snow picks up the glove and gets a refill for themselves. Meteorific getting a 20 rupee. Did not kill the guard. Probably it just doesn't need to waste the time because it's not going to open up the back of the escape. Oh, John Sue is going to check the back of the escape now. Peter, if you're finding the map down the lone guard room. John Sue not following Meteorific's plane is going to go into the dark cross section. He's going to get his key from the rat and head towards the open door there. Meteorific getting damaged down. Finds some missiles in Zelda's cell. He's going to take an intentional game over to get back to the entrance way faster than walking. John Sue finding a 20 rupees in the dark escape. Is going to save and quit and is going to head towards the front. So unfortunately we know that nothing terribly interesting is over here. Yeah, I imagine. Well, with the morph ball too, it could be anywhere in the lower section of Criteria. It doesn't have to be morph head. It could be the little section underneath. In the room between the morph head and the stealing item. Could also be to the right of the entrance towards Billy Mays. Could see some BT logic, but we won't know for sure until one of them makes that jump into Super Metroid. Right now, the players are just kind of going over what the other has done. Meteorific finally picking up that flute. And is saving and quitting. I don't think Meteorific knows that these sound are green. May just be saving that for Dark World map check. But also with that flute, we might see the players go into Death Mountain real quick. Go check out Spec Rock. Yes, indeed. Chat pointing out that John Sue does have Zora money. As Meteorific 07s and gets that. It's his duck. And since John Sue does not need to go check escape, kills the guard. Missile saves and quits. Gun does have the flute out. You're going to see it is going to 8, so we may be checking out Sora here. Meanwhile, Nidoриfic checking out his Agina cave. And what is our scam of the day? Oh, extra scam is just a shield. Womp womp. Jon Snow gonna go rescue the man in the dark. Nidoриfic heading into Eastern. What are we gonna find here in Eastern? First check is a heart container. And leading the old man home, he rewards us with some fireworks. Comes to heading up to Spec Rock now. Nidoриfic getting 10 arrows. Up the Spec Rock has some arrow upgrades. And inside we have a piece of heart. Nothing great. Where are you going to head next, John? Going to do a map check. We've got a red pendant in Skull Woods, blue pendant in Pod, Braid in Mire, red crystal in Swamp, and a crystal in Turtle Rock. That means all G4 are required. No vacations for any of the Super Metroid bosses. Speaking of Super Metroid, Nidoриfic going to be the first person to dip in and go to Bomb Chorizo. We get some vanillas. Jon Snow heading to High Jump gets 20 rupees. BT has an E-Tank. And the thing about High Jump just has some missiles. Jon Snow not wanting to make the check in the actual High Jump boot location is saving fitting to head back to the ship and is probably going to head towards BT now. I don't know where Nidoриfic found those power bombs. It must have been in Eastern and I just didn't catch it. But Nidoриfic going into 230. Thanks, chat. Third chest in Eastern. Finds the bug net in 230. Jon Snow also going to pick up that E-Tank. Meteorific picks up some missiles. We're gonna get a check. No. It's gonna head down to Green Brand. Opens up the door to Turian. As John Spew heading down. With John Spew getting the moonfall, but doesn't quite get the full hook through the platform. Meteorific heading down into Green Brand. John Spew finding a trash tank, gonna pick it up. Meteorific finds the hook shot. A missile and some super missiles. Very nice find. John Spew picking up some power bombs. It's a very SM Rat thing to have the some power bombs right there. And item in the ceiling is just 50 rupees. Gonna pick it up anyway. We're gonna see what Billy Mays has to offer. John Spew picks up some missiles. Meteorific heading down into the Edecunes, or towards the Edecune room. Meteorific picking up some power bombs before going in and finding the Master Sword. Billy Mays, buy one missile, get these silver arrows absolutely free. You love to see it. Early silvers is very nice. Edecunes with just some money stored away. John Spew heading up. Meteorific heading towards Inkbrand, probably. Meteorific can pick up that power bomb. As John Spew gonna check Old Mother Brain. Old Mother Brain has some high jumps. We are one item away from some possible suitless Merida. Meteorific finding a Bloopy in Pinkbrand. He's gonna head into Mission Impossible. Get a heart piece. John Spew goes into his 230 and hits up his net. Meanwhile, Meteorific picking up some air capacity and going to set the power bomb. That it opens up the store spawn area. Picks up some missiles. And we're going to see Meteorific try to get in. That was first try. John Woo taking a refill. Finding just some 20s in the store spawn missile. John Spew heading towards Green Brand. Well, E-check. Back in gauntlet. Yes. So nice and please, but mix it up. You see screw attack and an E-chain. John Snoot heading down into Greenbridge, Meteorific, making his way out of the Force Spawn missile room. He's going to head up into the Wave Gate. John Snoot picking up their hook shot. Meteorific having a little bit of trouble with the high jump of the Wave Gate room. And unfortunately just spent some money for his troubles. Meteorific up here. The back of mean route. You get those 20 rupees. John Snoot picks up his Master Sword. As Meteorific is going to check the one item. If he can get the jump off, there we go. And finds Quake. He gets his E-tank. So soon he'll be heading into Billy Mace as well. John Snoot coming out of the Edicunes. I'm just going to have to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't have a whole lot of health. It does take out the enemies, no problem. And Meteorific, skipping the missiles. For now, getting the silver arrows and then picking up the missiles. Both players having the silver arrows. John Snoot going to open up his Force Spawn. Is having a little bit of issues, but does get it. Meteorific. We head up into Old Mother Brain Room. And finds the high jumps. Meanwhile, John Snoot is setting up for the high jump boot. version of the way gate and gets it first try, which is an easy feat to do if you got the high jump boots. Terrific. Heading back into Link to the Past. Where are you going, Nito? Nito, with that hook shot, is going to go rescue the man in the dark. Public. Going to check Spec Rock. Going to go to Eastern Death Mountain. We'll get to see some new checks here pretty soon as Jon Snow makes that slow Armin. Jon Snow is also going to go, or at least opens up the door. Might be doing some energy farming before. Yeah, this is smart. You don't want to game over getting hit by the side hoppers. And switches to the super missiles for safety. Ooh, be careful. This has to not get hit. Just don't die. It's that easy. Jon Snow does make it and gets his break. As we get to see some of the Eastern, starting with Paradox. Finds the X-ray. A mushroom. Going upstairs. We see some super missiles, more power bombs, another bottle, another E-tank, and Titan Smiths. So Nito has almost everything to do some Dark World stuff, just needs to find that Moon Pearl. And of course, Hammer would be very nice. Jon Snow with a grappling beam, gonna go check out X-Ray. Nito checks out the island. It's just some money coming down into Spiral Cave. And John not deciding to. I was doing some powerbomb farming, I see. In X-Ray, we just have a piece of heart. Jon Snow getting stuck. Does have to take the PB of shame there. Niterific Turned in the mushroom. Got some missiles. Nito heading up into Gauntlet here soon. And John's new heading towards Phaser check. Nito does get up there eventually. As John's new finds a bloopy. I'm going to head towards Raid. Use the bomb upgrade, decides to pass on it. I didn't see what the front of Gauntlet is, but neat terrific. Gonna get that E-Tank. And just screw attack. Meanwhile, Jon Snow, first one to head into the crate room, setting up for the quick kill. As Nito maybe heading towards our ship. Jon Snow did not get these set up correctly, or just going to do the execution to kill Kraid. But a normal kill will do. Kraid was masquerading as Fantoon. A nice try. Now you are a ghost. As Jon Snow picks up some bomb upgrades. Nito is going to open up the door and find some money. Is going to head into Red Tower. Jon Snow picking up some super missiles on the way out of Kraid. Terrific. Going down and grabbing some bombs. Just 3 bombs. As Jon Snow heads down into Norfair. Terrific. Opens up the door. So we're going to check the 2 items down here. That falls in, and the plants start chomping on him. Finds that half magic. And a piece of heart. Jon Snow is going to go check East Death Mountain. In chat pointing out that Nito has found enough heat tanks and reserves, but Upper North Fair tech runs into logic. Question is, will he go for it? Terrific. First, going to check out the X-ray. John Slew does not get the bomb jump. He has to retry it. Nito skinned a piece of heart and bails. And Nino opening up his spacer and does make it a little bit faster than John did, but the result is the same, loopy and disappointment. Nito having a little bit of trouble, does get out. John Snew turned in their mushroom as Nito getting into trade. John Snew taking that going back to the ship, and then is going to go to do his gauntlet. As Nito heading towards grade. If Nito gets a quick kill, does. Good job there, Nito. John Snew picking up his missiles. As Nito picks up that bomb. Oh no, John died in Gauntlet. Just got caught by that lava. It's unfortunate, but fortunately did save. So this isn't too far of a run back. Yeah, John really does want that screw attack. Probably is more going for the E-Tank. But screw certainly does help when you get into Norfair. Plus, it does save you some power bombs, opening up some of the crumble blocks. So I think this is a decent play. but we'll see how this ultimately plays off in the future. Nito, you doing some heck runs? Nope, Nito's going to check out the high jump area first. Skips the money, sees the missiles. He's going into the high jump, which John did not, and I didn't see. Okay, it was a heart container. So, nothing good in high jump. But Nito is going to check the item behind the gate. Can't do anything with it other than gain knowledge. And it is just a bloopy. So it is not needed. Nito shooting the enemies. And is probably going to start some heck runs here. And saving. Nito gonna head into the. Oh, okay. Is gonna go check out the crumble block room first. Finds a heart container and says no. Looking for some energy here. Meanwhile, Jon Snow opening up the door towards Rex ship, sees the money, and is going to grapple over it. And John is probably going to check out the ship now as Meteorific heading into Ice Beam. We found some soggy super missiles as Meteorific finds an arrow upgrade and says nope. Meteorific not going to do any heck runs yet. Spooky missiles are vanilla. As Meteorific is finally going to go find his scam. Don't do it. He said, right. Jon Snow heading into Fan 2 now. As Nito gets his scam shield. So far, kind of slow Fantoon, but is doing pretty good there. Nito, it looks like he might be heading towards direction as well. as Jon Snow takes out the ghost. And Fantoon holding the crystal. Nito checking his item and gets his supers as Jon Snow opens up the wreck ship and is going to go exploring in the robot sponge room. And finds a shovel. We may see a fetch quest check in the future, but for now, too early to say. John finds a piece of art in the opposite corridor and is gonna make a quick save and probably head into the spike room. This is something that I will do on whenever I do SMZ3s, just because for A, it's a little bit of safety, and B, if the item is bad, just reset. No, I don't. Oh, I didn't see. We will find out. Chad asking the important question. Who's that ice beam above wreck ship entrance? But the spike room does not have an item of note. So a reset is made. And we're gonna go check. We're gonna go out and go to clear out the room and go check our robots. John getting the clip. Terrific. Starting his Fantoon fight. John misses one of the pirates. Go back. And Meterific checks out the ghost. As John opens up the door. And the other door. What are the robots hiding? Finds a heart container. Decides it's worth it to keep shooting. And now we're going to head outside the ship. Oh, John finding the Varia suit in the sky missiles. And that is indeed an ice beam. Good catch, chat. Meteorific heading into the spike room as John is going to go bowling. Meteorific sees the piece of art and decides to reset. And if you came in late, you're an hour into the hard SMZ3 774 race on stream, John Snew and Meteorific. We have an 11 entrance race. Important items we found are the Morph Ball, Varia, Ice, Screw Attack, High Jump, Silver Arrows, Hook Shot, both gloves, Master Sword, the Flute, Wake, and the Flippers. And if with hard logic, the players absolutely have access to Sulis Meridia. John Snood picking up the shield upgrade. He leaves the ship and makes that slow water jump. And yes, chat also pointing out that lower Norfair is also on logic through virtue of the lava dive. Either if I'm checking the item that he can't access, sees it as the boomerang, we're not coming back to the ship. But John Snow did not check his red tower, so he's going to get his. As Meteorific is probably not going to be too happy to see that ice beam. Is he going to remember to check sky missiles? Does get onto the platform. Very nice. Freezes the platform in place and gets that barrier. Very nice, Nito. I'll have to try that out sometime. As John Sneed picks up his half magic. And as Nito goes bowling, John Snoo heading out the back of Red Tower. But decides against it. He's probably going to go back to the ship for a refill. Plus, it might be faster with the flute to just go out into Link to the Past, whistle to the mountain if he's heading towards Meridia. John does do a refill here. And yep, John is going into Link to the Past. And is indeed floating. And is going to go to his house first. And going to go check the shovel. And he finds just a 20 rupees in the ground, nothing of note. And we're going to go check my ear. We need Combo Center Meyer. And John, I'm going to go check out GT here. Picks up the mirror shield. And prepares for a GT fight. Sees the piece of heart. And 2 pieces of heart. GT not required. And I missed it. Terrific finding the pancakes in Cathedral. Picks up ether. And no Simplest Meridia today. Sad face. So it all depends. When does John Sue check the Cathedral? Just gonna head. We head back. Yeah. Without space jump. Trying to make a very hard jump here. Meanwhile, Meteorific heading into the speed booster check. Find some arrows. And a hammer. And it looks like we do have a DNF. But GG's to Sky. Thank you for being one of the racers. Meteorific heading towards wave. Unfortunately falls down as John is making a safety save. It's like John is going to go check out ice. It's Meteorific. Moving into the wave. Finds some missiles. Says no. I'm already in missile ammo go mode. And Nito heading into the lower Norfair access. He's preparing for a grab jump. And makes it. John is heading in his correct direction. Looks like we have another DNF. Thank you, Sandreas, for being one of the racers. And there's those pancakes. Fresh off the grill. You know, in the worst room of the game, John getting into his speedway. Meteorific checking Mickey in the mouse house. Mouse house has some power bombs. He's going to pick it up. Probably just for a little bit of safety. And going to head toward Ridley. Making his save before he heads down the road. This is a smart choice with only 4 E-tanks. Very easy for something to go wrong. John picks up his ether as Nito starts heading down. And yeah, Nito is is used to this sort of thing, so I don't foresee him having any issues. He's not me. I might be sweating a little bit right here. Nito into the Ridley fight. As John does some farming. And blink and you miss it. Ridley is gone. Ridley cosplaying as Dragon, as Jon Snow is going to head down and say hello to Crocomire. It's feeding time, and Crocomire loves missiles. And question in chat if that means Dragon has pistol by default. I believe that does. And chat pointing out that John has found Plasma Beam. And that means that John is one item away from a full microwave, or at least from a working microwave. He's got the bulb. He has the microwave unit. All he needs is that power cable. And Nito finding some super missiles and fire fleas as John is making small jumps over towards the grapple check. Spazer in jail. That's an appropriate place for a Spazer. You can stay in jail. Your sentence is life without parole. And yes, John is going to have to green gate here. Three tries and you got it. Nito finding that lamp Don't want to skip that. Oh, what a good find, John. Picking up that power cable is not going to be able to. Or no, is going to. I think. Can John get up there? I think he would have had to grapple when he came out of the grapple check. It's unfortunate. Probably going to abandon that. Yep. No point in going back. But here's Nito. But he's saying no right now to Croc. He's saying no to Croc. So unfortunately, Nito is not going to pick up that plasma beam or charge, and instead is going to head up to Meridia. Meanwhile, John heading down into North Air. Gets his grab jump off, no problems. Yes, chat pointing out that Nito is almost at ammo go mode. It's kind of a moot point, but me, I love my charged plasma. Nito finding some money and a tempered sword. Nito is obviously going to go pick that up. Do not blame him there. It's a very nice bacon sword. And if we can find a butter sword, all the better. Guns do get in those crumble pillars. As Nito sitting down into Mama Turtle. He's an E-tank, but does not get the grapple right away. And decides not to pick up those 10 arrows. Is going to go for that E-tank again. And gets it this time. Jon Snow in the mouse house picks up those power bombs. And Nito making a quick check here. Puts up, gets the grab jump. And gets the second jump, no problem. Put something else off to practice. Normally I just do a gravity jump there. But Nito finds his bow. Another very nice item. Putting down, sees nothing of note. Meanwhile, Tansu entering the Metal Pirate's room. He's charging up his laser, but decides to go for the super missile strat. Probably didn't want to deal with the microwave strat. Nito do the snail clip here. First try, gets the missiles and some money. Here's another thing. Nito has what he needs to get into Shaq. Does Shaq have something useful? What do you think, chat? Think Shaq has anything useful? Nito. Meanwhile, we go check the left side while John is going to grab some super missiles. And Nito, seeing nothing of note in the west sandpit. And in chat, some guesses of Wave Beam and Moon Pearl. Both would be interesting. Bombs on the right side. Just bombs. All bombs. Nito. Just gonna go check out Shaq. Gets the high jumps in. Easy peasy. And now, the slow wait. As Shaq is hourly and not salaried. So he's going to get paid for all it's worth. Now's the perfect time to take that restroom break. Or go grab a drink of water. All right. Survey says Oh no, just some bombs. Womp womp. Alright, it's time for Batoon. Meteorifix makes short work of the water serpent. And gets a trash tank. And we're going to head into Dragon next. Meanwhile, John making his way out of Lower North Air and into Upper North Air. Ito finds a nice E-tank for the Dragon fight. Makes short work of the turrets. Unfortunately, without that microwave, not have some microwave shrimp. So we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and throw some missiles at it. And then when it gets close, hit it with the electric stove. Nice quick grapple. Fried shrimp is much better anyway. Doesn't stink up your office. And Dragon, with Crystal 7, is only holding on to some missiles. Ito, setting up for a grab jump. There we go. Yes, need to check Plasma. Neither player has checked out the Tower of Hera, or it would be funny because the lamp meterific does have the lamp, so Aga 1 still could be in. No, he has hammer. He doesn't need to do Aga 1. We can just skip Aga 1 today. Oh, you're right. He wouldn't be able to get out. So yeah, Saga 1 still could be in play. Meteorific getting into plasma as John finally picks up his bow. And plasma is just an arrow, so that's not the answer yet. However, Meteorific can full clear Eastern right now. We can full clear Tower of Hera. Oh no, we can't full clear without a fire source. But at least get most of the things. Oh yes, yeah, they have lamp. So yeah, you can full clear it. Yeah, I think we found all 3 items, but Meteorific is going to have to go back to Eastern regardless. Just because it's a crystal dungeon. But I would imagine he's probably going to try and wait and save that for hopefully finding the Moon Pearl first, clearing Odd, and then clearing Eastern. Although I think Odd was I think it's ended. So who knows? We'll see how the players decide to route it when we get there. But Meteorific is gonna go see what our requirements are for Turtle Rock. That might be a smart. Oh, gonna go check out Tower of Hera. Sees some super missiles and picks it up. Finds the big key. I'm just gonna set up for the Hera pot. Meanwhile, Jon Snow doing some super missile farming. Uh-oh. Nito, did you get stuck? Oh no, Nito got stuck in the Harapod. Yeah, you definitely hate to see that. I'm guessing he's, yep, going to check the dig spot. And sees that it's just some money. John's new heading into Dragon now. And looks like John is not going to microwave shrimp. Nope, he is. John picking up that Crystal 7 as Nito is not going to bother with Terrapot. John making a safety save. Probably going to go pick up Plasma. Nito, it's the map. Finds the key to the basement. Preps for a bomb jump. But unfortunately, cannot get that. Yeah, the chat is pointing out we're running out of checks. Is EGA 1 required? Vito heads into Troll Arm. But no trolls today. Goes down nice and easy. Vito is going to head into the basement as John sees the arrows, picks them up, but he's not going to keep a hold of them as the reset is made. And Vito with the coffee break. The thing is, Nito has not checked. Has not checked Croc, but does find the Moon Pearl finally in the basement of the Tower of Hera, and that means Dark World access. Yeah, I imagine that Nito is probably going to open up, see what the requirements are for Turtle Rock, open it up, head into the Super Bunny Cave, probably going to check out Hookshot Cave, if you can, and then go into Turtle Rock if he finds the cane. But we'll see. Turtle Rock requires Quake, so he can open it up. Confirms that yes, this is a crystal. It needs to go into Turtle Rock, Ice, Swamp, and my Odd Thieves and Skullwoods are pendants. But John is also getting shacked as we find our, I think that's our fourth bottle. And nothing really of note. Down in Super Bunny Cave, we've got Space Jump and Bombos. So now Nitorific could go into Ice Palace if he wants. Instead is going to head into Meyer. Back in the shed. Finds the wave beam in the shed. John making his way out of Meridia. Bombos required to get to open Meyer. Nito checking GT. Sees the pieces of art and says, not worth it. Meanwhile, John, heading in the correct direction to find his Moon Pearl, just has to go into the Tower of Hera. As Nito heads up for the chip TV room. and finds the boots. Well, if something is speed was blocked, Nito has the key. Gotta go fast. Nito gonna head into swamp first. Well, that might be the first. And something else you go first. It's everybody's favorite game. How hype is Hype Cave? We have the cape, the missiles, power bombs, more missiles, and normal bombs. I'd say not very hype. Although that cape could lead to something on Dark Ledge. The only use that cape might have. Other than, general safety. Ito going into Dark Woods. God. And head into the basement. You're gonna see an item. I'll be happy to. Nito gets Greg. John with the coffee seed. Nito gets the guaranteed key. Nito finding the piece of art and gets grabbed and gets sent back to the entrance. As John heads out and is heading towards the eastern part of Death Mountain. Nito sees some missiles and that cape, other than, safety utility, is not needed. John opens up his turtle rock, and Nito goes into bonk rocks. Finds a trash tank. Probably going to head over to King's Tomb. Finds the missiles in the King's Tomb. John picks up his items in the check haven is now in Super Bunny. Picking up some blue potions for the road. As John picks up his space jump. Gonna head into Ice Palace now. As John is gonna head into Eastern. And as Chad points out, Meteorific does not have the Cane of Samaria for the nice icebreaker. So he's going to have to do the bomb jump strat if he wants to make this a faster Ice Palace. And knowing Seed's bad luck, it'll be in the chest that you would icebreaker into. It certainly happened to me a couple of times. Does get the bomb jump. Very nice. Done. Heading into the big chest, but does not have the big key. You have to keep going. Without a key has to drop down. And, fence missiles. John opens up the big chest to find the compass. Nope. Just normal missiles. No super trolleys. Seed yet. At least in that one, though. At least in that one location. It could be a trolley elsewhere. So far, Nito has not found anything of great importance. It does need to go to iced tea. Meanwhile, with the silver arrows, Jon Snow takes out the guards of Eastern Palace very quickly and gets the crystal, and is also now heading into ice. Iced tea just add some arrows. Nito on the cold stare fight. Get them grouped together. They quickly fall apart. Nito uses that gate to use, and down goes cold stare. Jon Snow trying to set up the bomb jump. Gets it second try. Nito. Gonna check hammer. Or a spike cave, rather. The other utility of the gate. Is it worth it? Just some super missiles. Nito heading into Norfair. Might be heading towards Croc. Of course, we know that is not the play, but Nito does not know this. So he certainly could be thinking about it right now. Yep, this looks like a play into Croc. The nice thing is he is going to get that full beam combo, but you'll be disappointed to know that that is not the answer. Oh, that's true. We do not know about the check that John skipped out on with the space jump. If that is the answer, oh, that's going to be bad. John picking up some fairies for the road. Vito heading down. Fix those 50 rupees as John heading into the cold stare fight. And now the question becomes, did John miss something very important? And if so, when does he go back? And Nito sees that charge beam, does not want to leave that behind. Just the missiles. So John dodging a bullet unknowingly. You'll love to see it. John getting into Dark World. Gonna go check his hype cave. As Nito heading at a crop. Where is he heading next? On picking up his explosives. Nito putting to back. Are we checking out Skull Woods? Or no, he's already checked Skull Woods. Are we checking out Thieves Town? Nothing in the treasure chest game. John checking out the dig game. Nothing in the bomb hut. Power bombs on the dig game. C-shaped house just has some missiles. John starting the Smith chain, but doesn't have the boots to item dash. Nito into Thieves Town. finds the red mail. Hammerpeg Caves just has some rupees. No, just more missiles. And the big key. God, I'm opening up thieves, but can't take the Smith in there. He doesn't want to go there. He wants to go home instead. God, taking him on the tour. Sees the missiles and says no. Where else are you going? Are we going to Catfish? Nito finds the spring, and unless the green pendant has the answer, Thieves Town, looking a little dry. Catfish just drops some arrows. It's time for blind. Meanwhile, Jon Snow has finished her tour. Time to take the gnome home. Even though he's the dwarf. And Nito getting that green. Sniz forged some super missiles. As Nito is gonna go check the dig game. Gonna go check Stumpy. They've already checked the dig game. Stumpy has our butter sword. Thanks, Stumpy. Meanwhile, John Snew checking the as far back into Skullwoods as he can. As it's Nito's turn to return to the Smith. Nito gonna go turn in that green pendant now. What does he get for all that trouble? An E-tank. Not the answer. Nito probably gonna finish Eastern now that he's over here. And chat pointing out the possibility that they dip into almost all dungeons. No Echo 1 required, but everything else. Unless we see an answer soon. John picking up his spring ball. Ito heading into pod. First item of pod is the big key. As John gets his green. Ito heading down. Meanwhile, John picking up the purple chest. Let's see if there's anything good in it. Ito gets a key. And another key. Instead the purple chest, just a piece of art. That's not the answer. Ito heading straight into the back. And it makes sense for him to do Helmastar first. Because then after he beats the boss, we'll just get warped back to the entrance. And then he can make the other checks and then just save and quit after that. So this is actually some very smart routing. I'm gonna check his cave. Nita making short work of Helmastar with the butter sword. Helmastar just has a map and the pendant. Nita picks up the small key. He's gonna head towards the chest. finds the missiles as John finishes his excursion to the ship power bombs and finally has his boots. Although if you're John, getting boots almost 2.5 hours in probably does not feel very good. Especially knowing that that's one of the things that he could have done. Setting up the hammer, it's it, but just the compass. Rupees in the bottom of the dark room. In the top, the fire rod. Odd was required. Getting damaged. Gonna game over. Saves the key that way. But which is the item? Or which is the key? John picks up his weight beam. Gets a small key. Heads downstairs. As John opens up Meyer, finds another small key. And a mirror. And then just the missiles. And with that nice mirror, can just say adios to Pod. That had two very nice items for him. The mirror and the fire rod. Where are you heading next, Nito? Is it time for the swamp? Meanwhile, John and Meyer. It's a key. Finds the compass. Meanwhile, Nito getting into swamp. Alright. Key tank on John's side. Small key on Nito. Nito finds a piece of art. Because John, without the fire rod, has to do this the slower way. John finding the map. Vito. Gonna pick up the chest. Vito gets the compass. John finds it. A missile. And John gonna head towards the big chest. But first, he needs the big key. Vito activating the switch. Gonna bomb diver down. Vito does get the bomb diver down as John is heading towards the pyramid. And on the pyramid, just some money. Vito finally picks up the big key as John heading into that pod, which we know as the fire rod in the mirror. Chest and swamp just has some money. But John going into pod now. Vito heading down, or into the other bomb diver down. Has to set up again. I can try to get the map and some powder. Or is it like just add water pancake mix? And the cane of some aria down here too. Thanks, game, for putting the cane of Samaria after all the diver down checks. And chat, where do you think ice is? I'm gonna guess laser bridge. Do you guess a Ed? Ooh, waterway. But Nito is gonna find out what's in the pyramid. Inside the pyramid, some help for both games. A full container for Link to the Past and an E-tank for Metroid. Nito looks like he's heading towards Catfish. Meanwhile, John on the Helmstar fight takes out the mask, and a single silver arrow will seal Helmstar's fate. Nito leaves the arrows floating in the water as he decides to not accept the Catfish's generosity. And Chad is asking if Mushroom has been checked. Yes. It was just some missiles, I believe. Nito checking out Graveyard Ledge as John gets their bomb yump and is also going to get stuck. Graveyard Ledge, just some help. Still not the answer we're looking for. Nito is able to do the item dash on the hammer peg, but is going to be disappointed to know that it is just some money. And chat bringing up a good question, why isn't he dungeon clearing? But that would be a good question to see, like, what Nito, how he decided to route things. And we have a first place finisher outside of the restream, MM2 NAS cartridge, finishing in first place with a racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 42 minutes, 49 seconds. GG MM. And there was a question of who rolled the seed. And looking at the racetime.gg, it looks like the person that entered the command was MM2. Not going to say anything about that. Just kidding. MM2 is a very good player, so I'm not surprised to see him in that place. But what a seed. We're still on the hunt for the ice rod. Where in the world is it? There it is. Cave 45. Nito drops that chest and says, "See ya." Meanwhile, John clearing out desert does not have that big key though. Oh, we were boots locked. John picked up that small key, gonna go check out the east side. Does not know the answer yet. Question is, when? When do you find that ice rod? When do you find the mirror? Nito looking for that big key. Okay. I was just going off of the tracker. But thank you for bringing it up. I make mistakes sometimes, so thank you, chat, for keeping me on track. And yeah, somebody did enter the R command, so follow those runners. John Snu and Meterific. Both putting on an impressive show. Meanwhile, John Snu takes out the land moles real quick. Meterific in the cutscene. All right, looks like John is going to head into swamp. as Nito picks up that big key. And Nito with the silver arrows makes short work of Vitreous. He'll shoot your eye out. Maybe one more stop for Nito. That's Desert. And then it'll be off to Turtle Rock, finishing that out. Going into GG. All right, Nito. Gonna head into Turtle Rock now. Gotten about halfway through Swamp. John probably happy to see that came in Samaria. Is Nito still making his way up? John making short work of Argus. Nito finds the speed. Finally. What a spot for Speed Booster, though, right? When you've only got Mother Brain left. To be fair, it still helps with the escape, but kind of would have liked to have seen that earlier. John finally picking up his Ice Rod. As Nidotic works back to the entrance. Still looking for that big key. John heading into Mire now. And if I remember correctly, no, I say I don't see a key on John. I thought he had almost full cleared Mire, but I may have been wrong about that. Oh, I see. He's hovering. Oh, GG, man, that's what a play. Finally finds the big key. And John takes out Vitreous as Nito is making his way towards Trinex. But John is short on his heels. Nito finding an E-Tank. First chest of Laser Bridge is the key that Meteorific needs to head towards Trinex. Alright, here's Tranix. Thinking you'll miss it. Nito gets one cycle. Nope. Just barely. I should say the zero cycle. Still very quick with the butter sword. Trinix goes down, and you know what that means. If you're a big fan of Link to the Past, you know that there's something that is done, and that is entering a number. What is that number, you might ask? Why, it's how many checks until Nito finds the big key in GT. Put in your guess now. I see 4, 20, 12, 7. Is this seed nice enough to give us a 1? I'll go 1. How about that? And number 1 is just a key, so I am wrong. Vito heading in the left side. Number 2, piece of heart. 3, some rupees. 4, more rupees. 5, some missiles. Nito gonna mirror there. Checking out the right side now. Number 6, some power bombs. 7, piece of heart. Oh, Nito. Guessing that this seed is so bad, it's on the tile room. This could give John some much needed time to catch up. It is not number 8. That is a small key. Number 9, piece of heart. 10, missile. 11, piece of heart. 12, money. Time for Nito to go back to the left side. This is 11. The map. Number 12 is just a key. All right, John, how are you going to route this? No, still not the answer. And yes, it is down in the ice Armos. Oh no. Every single check. Diamethus. You are correct. Was that 22? I thought that was 20. I lost count. But you were the closest without going over. That much is at least here. You know, about halfway through the gauntlet. It's John. He's head towards that ice Armos. And once again, please give a follow to these runners, John's New and Meterific, for putting on an amazing show for this hard 774 SMZ3 race here on Speed Gaming 5. What is the 3 hours in? Only one finisher so far. And also a shout out to Diametheus for doing the tracking for today. Thank you for helping track. John finna picking up his big key. Setting up the tower now. Meterific on Aga 2. How is your geometry today? Single to start. Made a double. Another single. And another double. You know, hugging the wall with the tape, making sure it doesn't drain too much of the magic in it on this final phase. First has to drop the 4 down. And then say, oh no, silver, my one weakness. Nito keeps the torch glitch in time. Second shot. Oh, misses the sword hit. Can he get 2 off? There we go. Down goes Ganon. Enter a G for Meterific. He is only halfway done. Nice save and quit. And a reset will bring you right back to Super Metroid. You know, I don't know if he has enough health or ammo, you know. Nito, not even gonna take a refill. He's got full beam combo. He doesn't need it. John making another hover. Oh, doesn't make it. Instead, has to go back upstairs. Deal with the troll dorm again. Meanwhile, Meterific putting down in Turian. Second try. Hover. Gets it. We get to see how the geometry works for John. Meanwhile, Meterific making short work of Metroids. Not again stopping to pick up the ammo. He's on a mission. Make it John with his speed. Yes, John getting a 2-3-1. Now into his Ganon fight as we go into the baby room. The baby skip. Meanwhile, John on his final Ganon phase. John does miss the torch glitch, but does get nice 3 arrows into Ganon. Ganon is down. Put your G's in chat for John. Oh, baby, a triple. And we have a second place finisher with racetime.gg of 3 hours, 16 minutes, 12 seconds. Appeal. GG's. Ito, charging the beam. Dodging the onion rings with grace. Ah, got snared with Bishop. Ito. We hit with beam. Gonna have to get damage down quick. Setting up for the stand-up glitch. Yeah. That's the IBJ in the meantime. And with the charge, is able to do some damage to Mother Brain before she activates again. And yeah, we have a third place finisher with a racetime.gg score of 3 hours, 18 minutes, 11 seconds. Put your GGs in chat for PT Jam. Vito with a quick kill after that nice stand-up glitch. John takes out the screw attack and is preparing for the ice clip. Meanwhile, planet is exploding and Nito wants to get done. and John checking out with the brain as Nito almost there to the ship. And put your GGs in chat for the winner of the restream Meterific with a racetime.gg score of 3 hours, 20 minutes, 11 seconds. The 4th place finish overall. GG Meterific. We'll see you. Meterific come in and have a chat. Well, John is setting up for his stand-up glitch. And we are joined in chat with Meterific. Nito, what are your thoughts on the seat?
Felt like I last located everything. It was
Yeah, there were definitely some bad spots for the items, that's for sure.
What was interesting was that was actually hard required for Moon Pearl because it was in the basement of Hera, and the fire rod was in Dark World.
Yeah, so many items that it was almost all dungeons.
Not really. Skull Woods and Thieves were completely skippable. The only pendant dungeon you had to dive was Pod for 2 items. I was playing for at that point. I was still looking for 4 items, and I was really running out of locations. So I was playing for Ped basically. Because
yeah, there were some questions in chat on whether Ped was going to be required. Luckily, it wasn't. But just that ice rod in cave 45, you needed the mirror. You know, the mirror was in, you know, just not a in pod, and you know, you had to.
Yeah. But having 2 items made me change my mind about Ped. Just then I went straight to Swamp, and I had 1 item there too. And all that was required was Ice Rod, and that's just when MM2 finished. So I figured it wasn't in a true trolley location. So I just checked the last item checks I had, which was Mirror. And I went Graveyard first. Should have went K45 first.
And we can get back to the thing here. I just want to do a quick shout out to some of the other winners who finished. We had Akir, who finished in 5th place with a race time.gg of 3 hours 21:50, and then 3 hours 22:49. Soen at 3:22:54, and it looks like John here is going to be finishing pretty shortly with a race time of 3 hours 23:50, and we will probably not be talking to him because he says he's going to go to bed.
Yeah, bed sounds nice right about now. The big skips, Meridia had nothing. So if you foresaw that, you could save a good 20 minutes there.
And yeah, both you and John checked Shack, which, that would be the trolley thing, Shack would lead to something, and, just this long chain of annoyance, but Shack had nothing today.
Yeah. Well, we're still looking for Moon Pearl, so I feel skipping a high density location when you're still looking for either Morph or Pearl is kind of silly, but it would have worked here. So Meridia skippable, Skull and Thieves skippable. Could have done Ice go moded way later, but I thought we would have a troll like Bombos required for Fire Rod and Ice. That can happen.
Yeah. And I got kicked out of the chat for a second, so I do apologize for that. Didn't hear quite what you said, but yeah, the seed was certainly a thing.
Yeah.
Any kind of final thoughts before we kind of wrap up here?
Wasn't really hard logic, I guess.
Yeah, that was one of the things that it almost looked like Suitless Meridia was going to be a thing with having high jumps. Ice really early grapple.
I was 100% ready for Suitless Meridia when I scouted Ice in the middle of Criteria Wreck Ship. Okay, well, I have high jump boost, I have grapple. Ice is right there. This is Suitless Meridia, and then whoops, that's Varia.
Yeah, and especially with the Varia in the Sky Missiles location, you know, it very well could have been Suitless Meridia plus a lava dive.
Yeah, I was ready for the lava dive, then whoops, gravity. Well, it's one of those seeds, so thanks for coming. Gave me the opportunity to run a seed.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for running. Thank you also to John, all the runners. We still have Vion, who's still finishing up, but it's always nice to see some SMZ3 in action, and thanks to Speed Gaming 5 for, well, Speed Gaming in general for always having these Monday races. But that is going to be it for us today. Hope you guys had a good time watching. We'll see you next mission.